You are the guy who says, say I can't. Say I can't. Like there's no better fuel for your fire than that message.
It's a fact. And that's a good thing. I've come to learn as I get older, there's a balance there. You've got to balance reality with where we're at, because when I was younger, man, that was the catalyst. I mean, I would do just about anything if you told me, hey, you can't do that. I mean, I just had to prove. And I think some of that, who knows, had to do, maybe I was a smaller guy, so I felt like I had to prove that I was big enough or whatever to do it. But I tell you, back then, it was definitely a fuel that enabled me to make it through training and to overcome a lot of the impossible odds. As a matter of fact, I was told right from the very beginning when I went to the recruiting station in Lumberton, North Carolina, where I was living at the time, and I walked in that door, probably the first time I might have been 15, probably 15 and a half, basically. And I walked in that door and I said, hey, I want to join the Navy and I want to be a SEAL. And boy, they took one look at me, this 5 foot nothing, runt. And they were like, you'll never make it as a SEAL. And they basically, the recruiter chased me out of the office. And of course, that didn't deter me. I came back and he would chase me out again. And multiple times that happened. Funny story, I almost went and joined the Army because I got frustrated that they wouldn't let me, that this guy wouldn't even give me the time of day. So I almost joined the Army to become a Ranger. And I ended up failing the airborne physical because they said, oh, you can't equalize, because I had ruptured my eardrum when I was a kid. And when thankfully my dad had been in the military, he said, well, why don't we go send you to a specialist and they can, because I knew I could equalize. I had dove, I had done all these things. And sure enough, I went to a specialist. By the time that it all transpired, I try and explain to everybody, everything happens for a reason. And by the time this had transpired, there was a new recruiter in the recruiting office in Lumberton, North Carolina, Henry Horn, who I got to link up with last year after all this time and thank him in person. But Henry Horn was the new recruiter, and he said, hey, you want to be a SEAL? Come on, man. And he helped me get into the Navy. He put me on the path to become a SEAL, and I got to give a lot of credit to Henry for that.
He must be so proud of being that guy in your life and the life of the service industry in our country. Can I ask you so when you actually did sign up, because I understand you officially were allowed to join when you were 17. So what was your physical stature then? Because it's interesting to me. You always do think of these guys being bigger, and you do picture like a Jocko going in there and them being like, right this way, sir. Yes, duh. Of course, we belong together.
So I probably hit somewhat of a growth spurt in, my junior, senior year, but I was definitely not that big. I mean, even today, I'm 5'8" and about 170 pounds. So I'm on the average SEAL. A lot of people don't know though, the average SEAL is only about 5'10" and 180 pounds. This Hollywood version of the Arnold Schwarzenegger type just is not necessarily the case. I mean, SEALs typically are lean, muscled, and usually they'll have a larger upper body because they have strong muscular endurance strength from the gear we have to carry and our ability to have to do a lot of activities with our body weight and gear. So your ability to pull yourself up a ladder, your ability to pull yourself up onto a rooftop, any of these different things are marked by what we have to do, especially when you're going through training. So, when I went through training, I think I was probably 5'7". I might have grown one more inch. And I started training at 18. So I was 18 years old. I was 5'7", and I think I checked into BUD/S at about 135. So I was one of the lightest guys in the class.
If you're like me, you're growing more and more concerned about the future. The market is all over the place. Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing. Market experts not only predicting a recession, but using scary terms like economic hurricane. If you want to protect your future, consider the precious metal dealer, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. And they keep it simple. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. And as an exclusive offer for my fans, if you call them right now, they're going to give you up to $1,500 of free silver and a free safe on qualifying orders. So don't wait. Call now. Call 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955. Or text Megyn, that's Megyn, to 65532. Again, that's 866-518-2955 or text Megyn to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.